What is going on with you, YouTube? This is Regular Dave coming at you with another video. I'm back for real this time, man. Finally got the internet hooked up at the house. I've been on this Madden demo like crazy, man, playing a lot. So I said, why not start it off with the Infinity Physics engine review? I guess I could say it's a demo review, but we all know the engine ain't changing from the demo to when the full copy comes out. We basically playing a full copy, dumbed down a little bit with two teams. But let's get into it, man. I got a little bit of footage, but not so much the footage. I just want to talk about it, man. I cannot. One of the things with the engine, because y'all know I got to play it at E3, but I didn't really get to dig into it. One of the things with the engine that I don't really know is that when the straight like real-time physics happen versus just the regular animations that we've seen in Madden's past. Sometimes it's regular animations, sometimes it's physics, or real-time physics. I don't know why there's a difference, but that's how the engine is based. I can't say it's a bad thing. The regular animations look good. Some of them are still a little dated, but the regular animations look good. And to be honest, when the real-time physics just take over all the way, that's kind of when the game goes haywire a little bit. Madden 13, the Infinity engine is wrestling with the same problem Backbreaker wrestled with. That's players looking lifeless, mindless, falling over each other, but this is version 1.0, so I can't, be too critical. But yes, it is wrestling with that, man. As soon as players make contact, in that real-time physics type way, they go lifeless, man. Their bodies just go it's like their soul leaves their body. I don't know how else to explain it, but I mean, real-time physics, man, for football, it's going to be hard to really avoid that. I don't know if there's going to be avoiding that, but maybe they could tune that up a little bit in version 2.0. But overall, man, I think the engine is nice. I think it's decent. I mean, does it respect the human body? Absolutely not, man. Players will have broken legs, broken necks, broken everything, man. And I'm just showing you a lot of plays where the animations are pretty much the same as Madden 12. It's just animations. It's not really the real-time Infinity physics taking over. But when it does happen and it does well, is short 2-3 yard runs, man. I feel like 3-yard runs up the middle have never looked so good in football, video game football. You know what I mean? You get in piles. Everything it just looks right. Not really any other way to explain it. When the engine looks bad is when it's just all physics. Like a run like this is good. Like just a little run up the middle, man. It looks, you know what I mean? You're not going to break it, but you need to pound it up in there for 2-3 yards. That's when the engine just takes off, man, and you're like, okay, I can dig it. When it's bad is when where it's just all real-time physics and they're just collisions. They're not football plays. They're not making football moves. I know people say, players don't wrap up in the NFL, but I mean, that's going a little far with how it goes down sometimes in this game. And this is just another example of just a regular animation that looks good. It looks good, but I don't think that was like real-time physics. And I'm glad they actually combined it. I think the one thing that this engine did do good that, Backbreaker really didn't hit the head is players preparing for impact. So players, I saw Victor Lugo talking about this, the tensions. Players tense up when they know the impact's coming, and it actually helps the game out, man. It keeps the game from looking super lifeless. You know what I mean? But like a play, this has nothing to do with the physics, but this right here, man, they got to get rid of that 3-second pause in midair for the interceptions, man. NCAA doesn't do it. I don't know why Madden does it, man. It's like the Matrix, but I don't like it because you get to set up your blocks and see where everybody's at for like a second and a half, 2 seconds. And that's not, you know what I mean? That doesn't really represent football. You shouldn't really get that kind of advantage on a pick to see where people are blocking and everything else. You should just grab it and go like everything else. Yeah, I had to throw that in there, man. I couldn't keep it all physics engine related, but I had to throw that in there. Another thing, let's see what else, man. Let's see what else. See what's going on. Oh, yeah, see, this is when the engine to me shows off. This is what they want. This is what they want to see in the game. I think this is why the engine was created. That little trip right there, and a guy comes up and cleans it up, and it looks all fluid. I'm not talking about player behavior. I know there were some problems with the player behavior. That's another video. Player behavior is another video that I'm making. But here's another example of the engine when it looks good, man. Because sometimes broken tackles, you can see the engine taking off and it doesn't feel like you're stuck in an animation. Like I broke the tackle. And I don't know if I had something to do with it when I was moving the stick, but it just looks good. Because the other guy can hit me. I mean, he made a bad play. I don't know what he was doing there. But you know what? These are part of the wow moments I said you're going to get. Like when you're actually playing this and this happens, you're like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? You kind of going crazy, especially if it's a competitive game. What else we got here, man? I don't even know what footage I cut up, man. You got to excuse my editing. This is a play I like, man. Because I like, okay, first of all, fumbles have been just redone, and I really like it, man. The ball's not, from what I've seen, the ball's not warping into people's hands. The ball is tangible. I've seen it kicked around, but the fact my dude picked it up, before this would have been a touchdown, but since somebody was in front of him, man, it looked natural. He tripped. I think this is the engine showing itself off, and that looked good. That did look good. I can't even front on that. It was like, you know, before he would have been at the house, man. He would have been celebrating at the house, but he tripped over the guy in front of him. So yeah, man, version 1.0 I think is a good showing for what, you know, for a first version. Now, that's the kind of run I'm talking about. But here's the thing, man. And I've made this analogy before, and I know, you know what I mean, people are like, what are you talking about? But I'm into technology, man. I'm into just tech, gadgets, primarily phones. And I remember a couple years back, now I'm going to just explain a little bit, but I remember a couple years back, man, when Android first came out, when the Android operating system, Google's mobile operating system first came out, people, tech bloggers, this is what they said. They said that, you know, the engine's not very mature, but it definitely shows a lot of promise. Nobody came out and said this sucks because this doesn't have this, and this. They had the foresight to say this is going to be good eventually, but right now it's a little immature, but it'll do. And that's how I feel about this engine, man. To me, I can't realistically say, oh, I don't like this, and this. This engine sucks. I'm gonna just say it's not a very mature engine. This is version 1.0, but they had to release it at some time. And what I'm saying about that is, you could have, you know what I mean, community days to the end of time, man, with 20 people playing it. But until the masses get their hands on it, use it, abuse it, exploit it, glitch it out, show what they like and don't like, man, the engine's not going to move forward. So I'm glad they finally wrote out some real-time physics. It did refresh the game a bit, gave the game a fresh look, little bit. I can't even front. The game is a little fresher, feels somewhat new, like you're not playing just an old rehashed product. It does have its problems, man. It's wrestling with a lot of issues Backbreaker had. Lifeless things, crazy things, man. People going neck snapping, legs breaking, the ball just wobbling around out there, man. You should fumble literally on every play when that engine takes over. But I don't know, man. I'm rambling on too long. I got a lot of Madden 12 videos coming out, Madden 13 videos coming out, man. I just been saving up. I got a lot of thoughts, a lot of things to get out. Let me know. Go ahead and hit the comments. Let me know what you think of the engine alone, not just the game. I just want to know, what do you think about this new Infinity physics? Get at me another time. I'll get at you guys. Peace.